Hey guys, OnlyGamer here, back in another video, and I'm doing another edition of games I recently bought online. Now, first of all, before we begin, I do want to say that I apologise for not uploading that frequently the last, couple weeks or so. It was mainly for two reasons. For one, I did actually go on holiday last week with just some family members. We were away to the Isle of Wight. And also as well, recently, and to be honest, I haven't really been in much of the mood to make a video as of late. So yes, that's the reason why I haven't been posting much these last few weeks. And also this specific video as well should have really come out around the beginning of the month, but the reason why is basically because last month in March I didn't really buy very many games, to be honest, which is why I didn't feel the need to do games I recently bought online at the beginning of April. But since then I have brought in some more, and I figured since I had nothing else really like I wanted to do, I would just do this video now pretty much. So yeah, so this will be episode, I don't even remember now, like 18 or something, of games I recently brought online. So yeah, so this is everything I picked up in March, as well as what I've picked up in April so far. Yeah, so without further ado, let's begin. So starting things off, these two are actually games that I already owned previously, but I had them both loose, and I decided to buy boxes for both of them. So the first one here is a Tony Hawk game, and I mentioned in my Tony Hawk full set video that I did back in February, I mentioned that I only had at the time just a loose cart of this, but I really wanted it boxed. Well, since then, I've now bought a box for it, and also a manual to go along with it, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for the Game Boy Color. So yeah, so the actual game, which the card is in there, of course, I've had for a really long time, probably like 12 years or something, like a really long time. But that was all I had for it, was just a cartridge. But I really wanted to get the game boxed because I had the first and the third game on Game Boy Color boxed already. But for the longest time, I just couldn't find a box for sale, just on its own. Until eventually, this one popped up on eBay. I think it was selling for about £6-7, somewhere around those lines. It wasn't too much. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I'm getting that immediately, because I just really wanted to have a box copy of this. So yeah, the box isn't in the greatest shape of all time. There is like some dents and some creases on it, but it's, you know, I mean, I'm not too fussy. As long as there's no like major damage to it or anything. Really happy to have this complete in box now, and as you can see, I also have a box protector as well for it. I did also buy a manual as well, which is also inside of this. This is now a complete in box copy of Pro Skater 2 for the Game Boy Color. So yeah, so really happy about that. And then also the other game as well, which I had loose previously, that I've now brought a box for and manual, and I've already shown this off in previous videos, is Super Mario 64. So this was a game that I brought in January initially. I had just a loose cart for it. Got it for like 16 quid, I think. And unlike with Pro Skater 2, I wasn't originally going to get a box for this. What ended up happening was that I got an N64 in December, like I've said many times before on the channel. I bought it off my dad, and along with the system, he also had 4 box games as well. They also gave to me. And of course, I wanted to make sure that the boxes were in good condition, so I bought box protectors for all of them. But I can only find a set of like 5. Like, I was looking online for N64 box protectors, and I can only buy like either single box protectors, or I can get like a set of 5 or 10 or whatever. But I only had at the time 4 box N64 games, so I bought the set of 5, and obviously I used 4 of them for the games that were originally my dad, but I still had a spare box protector. So I decided, you know what I would do is that I would buy a separate box for one of the games I have loose, and just put that in the one spare protector I have. So that's what I did for Mario 64. You know, I just found this box on its own for, I want to say it was like 17 quid. It's the sole reason why I brought a box for this, pretty much, was just because I had a spare box protector and I wanted to use it. The box itself is actually in really good condition. It is, honestly, it's in way better condition than any of the games that my dad gave me initially, because a lot of his games were his original ones from back in the day, and even though he kept the original boxes for all of them, they weren't in the best of condition. They were really rough. But yeah, but this one's in really good condition actually. I mean, it's got like it's got a slight like bit of wear there, but other than that, I mean, it looks really good, honestly. It didn't come with like the cardboard insert or anything. When I initially bought it, it was literally just a box on its own. So I had to buy a cardboard insert to hold the cartridge separately, and I also had to buy a manual separately as well. So yeah, so everything inside of here was brought separately. The box, the cartridge holder, the manual, the cart, and the protector were all brought separately. So yeah, in total, I don't even want to know how much I paid for all of this together, but yeah, you know, just happy to have it, you know. And of course, with Mario 64, it's such an iconic game for the system that out of all the games to have box, it had to have been this one. So yeah, I'm really happy to have a box copy of that. Probably won't buy any more box N64 games after this, to be honest, because the things with the N64 is that while I would like to have all my games boxed, I do only collect loose carts just because they're a lot cheaper. And not to mention as well, the boxes take a lot more space than the cartridges. I would only get a game boxed if I find, like, say, a really good deal for it or something. Or if it's a game I have loose and I find the box for a good deal on its own, then I might get it. But for the most part, yeah, I think I'm just gonna get loose cards just because it's cheaper, you know. Right, and then next up we have a PlayStation 1 game. Now this is also another game that I actually already own, but previously I just had a loose disc for it. But now I have a fully boxed copy of it. It wasn't cheap, it cost me quite a bit, but it was one that like I really wanted a complete copy of. And that's Skeleton Warriors for the PS1. Now this game is interesting for a whole lot of reasons. First of all, it's quite an uncommon game, and it's also quite a pricey one. I think on CEX you're looking at about £42 without manual and 50 quid with manual. Or was it 60? I forgot. But it's around there, like 50, 60 quid. So yeah, so it's not a cheap game at all. But it's one that like I said, I already previously had. I had just a disc for it before, but I really wanted to have a box copy of it. So I brought this for £35, which I thought was a pretty good deal for Skeleton Warriors, considering like it's boxed and everything. It does have the manual, which I'll show in a minute. But yeah, this game's quite interesting because this was actually the very first game that Neversoft made. Before Neversoft did Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and even before they did Apocalypse, the game with Bruce Willis, they made this, Skeleton Warriors. This was the very first game Neversoft made. So it was obviously one that I had to own, being such a big fan of the company. And yeah, it's like a 2D sort of a side-scroller. It's based on like a cartoon series. It's a pretty decent game, actually. And yeah, there it is. Got the manual there. And of course, disc. It's in really good condition. I mean, considering like this game is from '96, this is probably one of the best conditioned PS1 games I have. It is in really good condition. There's no cracks really. Well, I mean, saying that, there is a tiny one there at the front. I don't know if you can even see that, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it looks really good. It almost makes me think that maybe this case might be a reproduction, because, I mean, it could be original, I don't know, but I know you can get like reproduction like PS1 cases. But yeah, but the condition of it is so good that it wouldn't surprise me if it is reproduction. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it has the official PlayStation like sticker there, so I don't think it is reproduction, but who knows. But yeah, just really happy to have a box copy of this. I am planning on selling my other one, which this is on my eBay actually currently. Just waiting for someone to buy it, of course. Quite a big upgrade going from this to this, you know. So yeah, Skeleton Warriors, really happy to have a box copy of this. And then next up, this is a game that I just did an unboxing for like a week ago, so I'll be fairly quick with this because I've already like talked about it before. And that is, of course, Freedom Planet 2 on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I mentioned in my unboxing video, if you guys have seen it, I actually pre-ordered this game back in January. Of course, being like a limited run release, it took quite a few months to arrive, but it finally turned up like about a week ago. And this is the game I'm currently playing right now, and I absolutely love this game. Freedom Planet was a series that I was always aware of, like, for a long time. I mean, being such a big Sonic fan, I mean, how could you not, really? Because Freedom Planet is essentially, like, the game originally, the first one, started off as a Sonic fan game, and then was reworked into its own thing. I've known about the series ever since, like, Some Call Me Johnny reviewed the first game back in the day. For some reason, like, it took me a long time to finally, like, actually get around to playing it. And when I did, when I finally got around to playing the first game, you know, I absolutely just fell in love with it. It quickly became literally like one of my favorite games. I just you know, I was literally addicted to it for a while. And then the same thing with Freedom Planet 2. I started playing this as soon as I completed the first one and loved this one just as much. Like, I cannot, honestly, if you're a big Sonic fan, you have to try the Freedom Planet games. They are so damn good. And these games are more than just like Sonic the Hedgehog clone. A lot of people think that, oh, it's just like a Sonic clone. It's actually a lot more than that. Freedom Planet games are a lot more like combat focused. And, you know, they take elements from not just Sonic the Hedgehog, but just like other classic 2D, like 16-bit era games. And they're so damn good, man. I cannot recommend these games enough. I've beaten both of them like multiple times, and I very rarely do that for games. I very rarely like come back to them after I beat them. But Freedom Planet 1 and 2 are just so damn good that I've just, you know, like I said, I've beaten them multiple times already. I've played them on my PS4 and my Switch. And yeah, I fucking love these games, man. Absolutely love them. The cartridge is currently in my Switch right now, because like I said, this is the game I'm currently playing. But yeah, just really happy as well to own a physical copy of both of them, because again, I absolutely love these games. I'd recommend playing the first game first, and then, you know, playing the second one if you enjoyed that. But yeah, like, I can't say enough good things about this series, man. Just Freedom Planet 1 and 2, such phenomenal games. And the next few games I have here are actually all PC games. Yeah, I do actually collect PC games, of course, like old school physical PC CD-ROM, like Windows XP era, like that sort of era PC games. And the thing is with these is that I said previously, because this is part of a full set, but I did say beforehand that I wasn't gonna collect these for PC, but I ultimately changed my mind. Reason being is because I already had a couple of these games on PC already. There was only like 5 or so in the set, so I figured that I might as well get them all. And you could probably guess what it is. I brought pretty much every single Tony Hawk game for PC. No, I said in my full set Tony Hawk collection video that I wasn't going to collect the PC games. I know I said for the longest time that I was only going to get just the console and handheld versions. But I don't know, it just felt like, even after I completed that set and like I did the video and all that, I don't know, it just felt just incomplete not having like the PC versions, you know? Because again, especially because I already had 2 for PC already. For months, I was just going like back and forth in my head on whether or not I was actually going to get the PC versions. Like, you know, I was constantly like thinking like, am I going to do it? Like, oh, should I just not bother? But ultimately, eventually, I was just like, I caved in and I decided that let's just complete the damn PC set. So yeah, so I went ahead and brought every single Tony Hawk game for PC that released physically. A couple of them I already had before and I re-brought. So like, for example, Pro Skater 2 and 3 I actually already had for PC. And I'll show you right here. These were the original copies I had, the explosive releases. But I didn't like the way they looked because of the ugly, like, giant red border, you know, around the cover. So what I did was I re-brought both of them and I got the original releases, which look much better, as you can see. I mean, just for comparison, like, yeah, this one looks much better. Pro Skater 2 I just got like today actually, for PC, and this one actually has a manual. The explosive releases actually didn't initially come with manuals, but the original PC versions did. So that was another reason why I started to re-buy them. And then Pro Skater 3, this one as well, this was actually like, this one actually cost me basically nothing, because I had some leftover, like not that much, but I had some leftover eBay balance money. And I used it on this, and in the end, this only cost me like 37 pence, I think. It was like really cheap, because like I said, I had some eBay balance money left. But yeah, this one also has a manual as well. So yeah, I haven't been able to test any of these out because I don't have a PC currently. I broke mine a while back. But yeah, just happy to have them. And then Pro Skater 4, this one's quite interesting. So this, I actually had to import from another country. Reason being is that, and you would never think this would be such a rare release, but finding Pro Skater 4 on PC proved to be surprisingly really difficult. Like, even like searching it up on eBay, like it took me a really long time just to find like a single copy. And even when I did, I can only find like 2. One was being sold in France and the other was being sold in Spain. I couldn't find any from the UK, so I ended up buying the one from France. So yeah, I have a French version of Pro Skater 4 now. Yeah, and like all the back and stuff, as you can see, is all in French. But like at least the front and the spines in English. That's all that really matters, to be honest. I'm not gonna play this, you know. This is solely just a collection, so I don't mind if the back's in French, you know. But yeah, I had to import this because, again, I just couldn't find it in the UK. I just couldn't find a single UK listing, and I had to pay a decent amount for this, you know, to get it from France. You know, I mean, postage alone was 14 quid. But yeah, but it is complete. Got the manual there. And it also comes with both discs. Yeah, the PC version is actually a 2-disc game. You've got an install disc and a play disc, and as you can see, both in French again. And yeah, so this is a surprisingly hard version of Pro Skater 4 to find. And then I also got Underground 2 as well for PC. Originally, I was actually going to do like a CEX lottery on this because CEX was selling this for, I think it was 10 quid. And if you usually look on eBay, this goes for around like 20. Yeah, this is surprisingly expensive as well. I'm not entirely sure why, because FUG 2 is usually quite cheap on consoles. I don't know if it has anything to do with like FUG Pro maybe, like the mod for Underground 2. I don't know if that has anything to do with the price of it, but yeah, FUG 2 on PC is surprisingly pricey. But this one I got for a pretty good price actually. I got this one for 11 quid. I sent it to do an offer on eBay. I think it was originally selling for 14, but yeah, this is complete as well. And this one actually comes with not one, but 3 discs, surprisingly. So yeah, let me just put that there. So yeah, so we got disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3 for Underground 2. So yeah, why does it come on 3 discs? I don't know, I guess it's just that big of a game. It does come with all of them, which is pretty good. And like I said, the manual. So yeah, and there's also like, it's really heavy actually, because of like all the discs and stuff inside. This is a really heavy game. But yeah, but this one's surprisingly expensive. Again, I'm not entirely sure why. And then the last one I needed for the set was American Wasteland, which is also another like around £20 game for some reason. Don't know if it has anything to do with the mod, Reforward. But yeah, this one's actually in really good condition. And yeah, this one's complete as well. So yeah, now you may notice that there's a game missing here, and that is the original Tony Hawk's Underground. Like, why don't you have that? The thing is with that, Underground 1 on PC, while it does exist, it is so fucking rare, it might as well not exist, if you know what I mean. FUG 1 for PC, that's the one that for some reason only came out in Australia and New Zealand as like a budget release. And it is like fucking impossible to find. I have not seen a single copy of that for sale. I've seen pictures online, which I'll show up right now. It does exist. I've seen people on Reddit that actually have it, that have photos of it, to prove that it is real. But yeah, it is so fucking hard to find that I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. If I do somehow, by some miracle, find it for sale, oh, you best believe I'm going to buy it. As long as it's not like stupidly overpriced, as long as it's not like, I don't know, £200 or something, as long as it's somewhat reasonable, I'm just going to instantly buy it. But the game is so fucking hard to find that I was just like, I can't be bothered, man. Literally, like, I've searched everywhere, just finding even any information about it or anything. It is literally like the rarest Tony Hawk game. You can't find it. You just can't find it. You can find maybe a couple images on Google, but that's it. It is like, trying to actually get a copy, it's like, where do you even start? And I've even went as far, I've looked on like on the Australian eBay site, couldn't find it there either. Like I've really tried to see if I can even find anything, you know, for sale. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because technically speaking, there's still a game missing, you know. This set isn't technically fully complete unless I get Underground. But it's just so hard to find, so I don't know. For the time being, I'm going to say this is complete, but it really isn't. And that's primarily like the main reason why I didn't really want to bother with PC to begin with. Because I knew, like, going into getting this full set, that FUG 1 for PC was going to be ridiculously hard to find. I knew that from day one. Which is why for the longest time I said I wasn't going to get the PC versions, mainly because of that, because I knew that I just wasn't going to find it. But like I said, the collection just didn't feel fully complete without them. So I'm glad to at least have these, but again, it's just without Thug 1, it's not technically complete. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. But I'm finally done with collecting like the Neversoft era Tony Hawk games. I know there is still technically Mac, but I honestly just don't give a shit at this point. So the Neversoft games, I am this time for real. I am properly done collecting these. Like I said, unless I find Underground somehow on PC. So yeah, so now it's just the new game, Tony Hawk 3 and 4, which I am gonna get every version of. So it's just that, and then the full set will be fully complete. I promise this time. It will be fully complete once I get every version of 3 and 4. I know I technically lied to you guys. I said I wasn't going to get the PC versions, but yeah, here we are. But, you know, like I said, the collection just felt incomplete without them. So, but yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see if I ever find Underground 1. Like I said, it's very unlikely because it's stupidly rare. But, man, I'd love to own it. Like, that game is even rarer than fucking Sonic Spinball on the Master System. And that's a pretty damn rare game. But yeah, but this is like on a whole nother league of rare, you know? But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know? If you can't find it, it's just, you know. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's basically everything that I brought, like I said, in March and April so far. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care now.